Hi my friends, President again over to video. So this is another request this time for Maiden, and the name of this video is Amanda Bynes pregnant at 13, so sad, the dark side of Nickelodeon. I'm nervous to get into this because I've heard about the Stan type of situation, but let's check it out. Nah, Nickelodeon. Solid memories, but still, it has fucked up shit.
Hey my lovely TTs, welcome back to the channel. If you were a fan of any of the shows on Nickelodeon, I know you were disappointed with the docuseries Quiet on the Set because just like the title reads, it really showed the dark side of kids being on TV. Even though it may have been disappointing to a
Dragon
visual
Josh.
audience, imagine how the cast members felt going through these traumatic situations
Now they
just to be a child
classified
star
another
and
good
follow
one.
their dreams. And America is just blindly watching, thinking that these cast jobs must be
That
amazing and being a child
weirdo.
star must be so fulfilling. I mean, imagine the amount of kids who watched them on TV and wanted to be just like them or wanted to be a part of a show on Nickelodeon. For a lot of
Amanda
these kids,
Bynes.
though, it was the exact opposite. Giovanni Samuels was a part of all of that. Kyle Sullivan, also a part of all of that. Alexa Nicholas, a part of Zoe 101. Drake Bell, a cast member of Drake and Josh. Brian Earn, also a cast member of all of that. And many others joined together to tell the true events occurring while working for Nickelodeon. I honestly sympathize with all of the cast members, but watching this docuseries, I don't know about y'all, but I really empathize with Drake Bell and Amanda Bynes. Drake's segment literally made me want to cry as we delve deep into Drake's early childhood years and how his dad would drive him hours to get him to auditions just to bond with his son. The details of
Oh,
Brian Peck taking advantage of this
that's
innocent
messed up,
15-year-old
man.
boy, manipulating him, gaslighting him, and
Dragon
using
Josh
him was
was a
just
great show.
awful.
My
I mean,
favorite
the
show.
scene where
And
he
that's not
tells the
animated.
story on how Brian Peck was calling his girlfriend's house or his girlfriend's mom's house and then blowing up his phone as well. This 15-year-old boy and telling him like, oh, we had to go to Disneyland with each other. Like, it was just super, super sick. And then after he tells him, look, I made other plans, my bad, I can't show up, he's still blowing up his phone. And I'm really glad that Drake's girlfriend's mom checked that right then and there. Because that definitely wasn't right. Not only what he was putting him through behind the scenes was traumatizing, how he was touching on him and doing things to him. You already know I
Yeah,
can't get into
that was
details. You're
fucked
on
up.
YouTube. But for you to be blowing up this boy's phone, feeling like you have control over him, was super crazy to me and mind blowing. Also, seeing Drake Bell's dad cry really put the icing on the cake for me because you can tell that he never intended for his son to go through some of the traumatizing things that he went through while working for Nickelodeon.
Oh man.
It was clear in the docuseries that a lot of the adults who were in charge had no clue on what it meant to actually work with kids to protect them, to protect their innocence. I mean, the on-air years were super gruesome, and I think looking back at it, now we can see that. When Brian Earn explained that his alcoholism was in connection of him not being able to maintain the status that he once had as a child star, it really makes you understand why so many child stars turn to substances and alcohol. You're a kid and you feel so great at one point, like you're on top of the moon when you land a role, just for it all to
That's
be
what I never
taken
do
away.
Hollywood.
And you,
YouTube's
as a
probably what I
child, have
want.
to be adult enough to
Rather
walk
YouTube
away
than
and
this
not to show
Hollywood
any
shit.
type of emotion, not to get mad or anything. And you
Look how
literally
happy
have
they
to
are.
handle your emotions as an adult. To me, in all honesty, it should be mandatory for child actors and actresses to be in therapy because there's some adults who don't even know how to handle that so well. So imagine a kid's mindset. This brings me to Amanda Bynes, who, oh my gosh, her segment had me speechless, especially because looking up Amanda Bynes now, you can tell the difference in her personality. Hey Jenna and Greg, it's Amanda Bynes here. If that was actually her personality on the show, who really knows Amanda Bynes' real personality? Because I feel like she was constantly made to put on this show and to have this happy, bubbly girl personality. There's so many assumptions and rumors going around that at the age of 13, Dan Schneider got Amanda pregnant. Yes, now I can
What?
confirm this information. I
Well, it
did
was
say
a
that it's
television video, but
factual, so I
still,
will sit here
what?
and say that it is allegedly. But this is going around all over TikTok. Amanda, as an adult, has admitted in
They,
interviews to being on substances, and years ago she made a burner account and proved it was her account by showing her ID, specifically her driver's license, and said that at the age of 13, her boss
I
got
guess
her
3D
pregnant.
makes
And a
sense,
lot of
so I
people
see
thought
that
this
meme
because she was
floating
bragging
everywhere.
about Dan Schneider. This is what she said verbatim. It says, can you imagine having and let's just say for lack of better words on YouTube, a termination of pregnancy at the age of 13 because your boss impregnated you, committed because your father touched you. And then she says, exposing the truth and having
Abortion.
your freedom, and
That's
let's
what the
just say
word
for lack of
is.
better words, shredding. Another person decided to comment on this and they were like, why did you post a picture of your driver's license with a different name? Double checking. And then Amanda commented and she said, Amanda did that. Amanda is evil. Amanda is not my friend, and I'm scared of her, and I'm tired of her controlling
What?
my thoughts. Amanda is an actress, a very bad and evil one at that. I am Ashley, a fashion designer extraordinaire. I self-medicated and did a copious amount of drugs to help me forget about the ABUSE that I was forced to endure as a child. One man in particular took hundreds of photos of my feet. He did know that Amanda was on substances at the
Okay, him and
time,
his
but this
foot fetish
definitely
and
seems like
shit.
it's real, and maybe some of the things that she said might be a little erratic, but some of it definitely seems factual because we know on some of the shows, Dan would have scenes on there where people would be infatuated with feet. She said, I was only 13, and one of the main reasons why I may never be able to get pregnant, okay? Well, this was super sad to read, honestly, and it kind of makes you understand why Amanda never even had kids if she actually did experience that at the age of 13 years old. Now, people are even insinuating that Dan made a skit about this on the Amanda Show, having a man walk
Is
on
that
set, and
Dan
evidently
Schneider?
this
Are you
man looking like
serious?
Dan Schneider. And I really felt like he did this in a lot of scenes with Amanda, where he would have a man who he felt like looked like him to, act along with Amanda. He even had a scene where he was actually in the hot tub with her. But a lot of times he would get
What's a
like an
weird shit?
actor to look like him just to interact with Amanda. And I feel like he really pictured himself in those roles. But I digress. And like I said, I just believe that he did this on purpose, getting a man
First
who
Colleen
looked and
Ballinger,
resembled him.
then
And left
Sniper
until
Wolf,
Amanda having an empty stomach and
then
then
Chris
using her
Chan, and now
abandoned
Dan Schneider.
exchange
They're
for
all creeps.
$400. Looking at that scene at a young age, you might have thought that that was innocent, but knowing the sick and twisted and inappropriate work environment that these child stars were in, and Amanda posting these tweets, now makes you really cringe. Honestly, look at Amanda's videos and feel immensely sad. You can look at her eyes in these TikToks and see that she's been through so much, and so many of these kids have. To numb the pain or try to forget about everything that they've been through, they turn to substances or alcohol, which is really sad. When people like Dan Schneider and Brian Peck gain power, you really get to hone in and see their true character, which was less than this good character that they tried to portray. Now, yes, I did see Dan's interview and his apology, but I honestly can't take it sincere because why did it take for this docu-series to come out for you to apologize to all of the lives that
It's
you
just as
affected?
bad as the
I mean, I'm
Colleen
pretty sure this
Ballinger
man
and
knew
the
everything that he was
fucking
doing before this
Chris Chan
docu-series
apology video.
came
They're
out,
all
and he
bullshit.
could
They
have
don't give a
apologized to the
fuck.
lives
They
of
just
the people
acting.
that he affected before this docu-series, but he decides to apologize afterwards just because he feels like he's going to get in trouble. I
These
mean,
people
like I
think it's
said,
all a
that
game,
apology just does not seem
and it's not
sincere to
serious
me,
what they're
and it
doing.
doesn't seem like he learned
This
his
shit.
lesson. Unless he came on that apology video and said, actually, I had issued out an apology to these people beforehand, then I would have been able to take it seriously. But I can't take it seriously just because people are calling you out and now you want to apologize. Dan is saying that he's not the same person that he was and he had to learn
See what it
his
looks like
lesson.
now.
But think about all of the lives and the kids that you've affected to this day. I mean, Brian talking about alcoholism. I mean, obviously Amanda Bynes talking about her being on substances. It was said that in the docu-series that Dan would just fire these kids on spot or call them certain names if they didn't do things right, which I can
Look
tell
at this
is
picture.
definitely
It makes
detrimental
me
to their
uncomfortable
mental
looking
health.
at it.
I honestly really want Amanda Bynes to come out and say things, but I understand she might not be in the same mindset that she once was in. Now, I will say this to end this video off. Obviously, I don't feel like every cast member went through a traumatic situation or remembers their role that they played or them working for Nickelodeon the same. I think there's certain cast members who were, one, aware, and then secondly, who went through more things than other cast members went through. Of course, there's a lot of other actors and actresses who we would have loved to hear from, like people from Zoe 101, people from All That, people from Drake and Josh, other actors that, what happened to y'all?
Said anything about
Did y'all
them?
go through anything? We didn't really hear from them. There were only a few, but just because it was a few on this docuseries doesn't mean their story doesn't matter. Doesn't mean that they're being dishonest about things that they were
They shared
going
the fucking
through. I
baby.
really like justice for these child stars,
Creepy.
even though they are adults now, and I feel like this docuseries is a step in the right direction. Okay, it might be seen as because they didn't say anything when they were younger, or some of them didn't really speak up, nothing can be done now. But I honestly just don't feel like an apology for Dan Schneider does suffice for everything that these kids went through. I mean, they're still affected to this day. Dan Schneider, he's on this interview and he seems fine. He seems healthier. He's, lost weight, and that's not even to be funny. It's just honest. Like, he lost weight. We can all see that with our own eyes in this interview that he did.
Well,
look at how Amanda's doing.
Good for him, I guess.
Look at how Brian said he's doing. Look at how a whole bunch of other child actors and actresses are doing these days. They're not really doing their best. So just because you apologize and you're living your best life doesn't really suffice for everything that these kids are still
not by a mile.
Adults are still going through because of their childhood, because of things that you put them through. And your childhood literally shapes your adulthood. I cannot stress that enough.
Yeah, exactly.
I can just only imagine how some of these child actresses and actors are basically going about their life based on what they went through in their childhood, how they interact with people, how they treat people, how they trust people that they meet, okay? Justice for them. I want to know what you guys think. This video was definitely for the people who watched the docuseries, so if you didn't, this was definitely a spoiler. If you watched it, let me know what you think.
I haven't watched it.
Below. Once again, thank you for watching Room for Tea. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in my next video. Have a blessed rest of your night.
If you ask me, just a bunch of more excuses for him. I mean, that was a good video. Shout out to Room 4T for making that video. Dan Schneider is just unforgettable. I mean, that docuseries, I might watch it, but what hasn't been said? The foot fetish shit, the fucking Amanda Bynes, William Jim Spears, and blase. The list goes on. That's why I don't do Hollywood. I'd rather do YouTube than anything else. It's one of the only things I'm good at. But yeah. With that said, thanks for watching. Take care. See you guys in the next video. One more video coming to you guys next, and I'll see you in that video. Peace out, and I'm out. Bye-bye.